Hey y'all. It is Wednesday night and church is over. As you can tell by the lighting, it's dark outside. But church just got over, but I'm waiting on my son to finish with youth group. I think they have practice after church with the youth choir. So I'm waiting on him to get done, and I just thought I'd hop on and share a little bit with y'all. I'm telling you, church was awesome tonight. I may share more about that in a few minutes, but I got a little haul for you. It's a snack haul. I went to Walgreens before church. I had some time to kill, and I went to Walgreens looking for some eye makeup remover, which I found, but I went down the snack aisle, and let me tell you, have y'all ever tried, it's the brand Nice brand. I've seen it at Walgreens lots of times, but I have never tried any of them. So, and I went in there hungry. You know how you go in the grocery store hungry and you just start grabbing stuff. So I was feeling snacky. I was hungry. So I started picking up some of these. They have a lot of different like trail mixes and stuff, but I got some dark chocolate covered pretzels, which I love. These are the bigger bags. They were on sale for like 2 for $3, so they're $1.50 a piece, so not bad for these bags. But I got the dark chocolate covered pretzels and some sesame sticks in the bigger bag, and then they have these little bitty bags. They were not on sale, but they were still 99 cents, so I got some of those. I got some roasted salted almonds, and I got some Magic Mix trail mix. That's just the kind that has peanuts, M&Ms, raisins, peanut butter chips, and chocolate chips. That's kind of like my favorite trail mix. And then I got, since I love almonds so much right now, these are dark chocolate almonds with sea salt and cocoa. I don't know, that just sounded good to me, so I'm going to try them. Not tonight, but I'm going to try them. And then let me tell you, last but not least, the best thing of all, because I did try them before church because I was hungry and I needed a snack. Y'all, oh my goodness. Blueberry pie snack mix. Did you hear me? Blueberry pie snack mix. Do I need to repeat it? Blueberry pie snack mix. It has got, I can't read in the dark. Maybe I can. Hold on. Let me turn on the light. Woo! Blueberry flavored yogurt pie crust cookie gems. Those are just little pieces of cookie covered in blueberry flavored yogurt. So blueberry flavored yogurt pie crust cookie gems, butter toffee almonds, blueberries, and cranberries. Let me just tell you, these are delicious. I've never seen these before. And let me tell you, I'm going to go back and probably buy the rest of what they have. There was only like 2 or 3 more bags of this. So I'm going to go get some more of this because this is so good. So good. Very sweet. So good. I'm telling you, I can't. I haven't tasted something this good in a while to be a little snack. It is so good. So anyway, that's what I got from Walgreens. So now I'm just waiting on my son to get finished with practice. And church tonight, it was so good. Our pastor and his wife and our minister of music and his wife, they're all out of town. They're at our denominations has a prayer conference every year in Mobile, Alabama, and they are there for that. So another guy in our church that is, he preaches, he leads worship, he's just a jack of all trades, and he is awesome. he can preach the house down, he can sing the house down. And his wife, which is one of my son's school teachers, she sings beautifully. And so they sang tonight, and then he preached since Pastor Harv is out of town. And let me tell you, he brought the house down. The title of his message was "What Are You Waiting For?" And he went through several well-known stories in the Bible, and basically talked about, us needing healing and revival, and what are we waiting for? Who are we waiting for to take us to that place? To take us to that place of revival, to bring us our healing. We can go to Jesus anytime. He is always there. He is right there anytime we call, and he's waiting on us. So what are we waiting for? Are we waiting for our church to have a revival? Are we waiting for somebody to pull us down to the altar to pray? We have to go to Jesus ourselves. Sometimes we can't wait on everybody else. We just have to go. We have to get what we need. We need a revival. He started out saying how we need a revival in our hearts more than and before we need a revival in our church. We're all waiting for the revival in our churches, but we need the revival in our hearts. And the first story he read about, and he played a clip of the movie or the TV show or the series, The Chosen. I have not seen it yet. I don't know if any of y'all have. I know it's awesome. I just haven't got around to watching it yet, but I plan to. But he told the story about the pool of Bethesda, where the man was laying there and he couldn't get to the pool. Nobody would take him to the pool. When he could get to the pool, other people jumped in front of him, so he couldn't get his healing. But he knew his healing didn't come from the pool. He knew his healing had to come from Jesus. So Jesus asked him, do you want to be healed? How much do you want to be healed? You don't need this pool. All you need is me. All you need is Jesus. You don't need a pool of water to be healed. And that's one thing I got out of that, was if we want healing, we have to want it. We have to want it ourselves. We can't worry about who is helping us or who is not helping us. Sorry, I'm reading my notes. That's why I keep looking away. We can't worry about who is helping us and who is not helping us. All we need is Jesus. We don't need the pool, just Jesus. And that, if you want to read that story in the Bible, if you have maybe not have heard that story or don't know about that story, it is found in John chapter 5, verses 1 through 15. But it was just awesome. And one thing that Josh mentioned, our healing is not about being at the right place at the right time. It's not about being in a certain church service or even being at church. Our healing is about Jesus, and we can have that healing anywhere, anytime. All we have to do is have faith and believe and go to God ourselves. We can't wait on everybody else. Our obsession does not need to be the breakthrough, but the God of the breakthrough. It's not what we're seeking, but who we're seeking. And again, like I said before, it can't be about who is pulling us out and bringing us to the altar. We have to go to Jesus ourselves. We can't go to the water. We can't wait on everybody else to take us to the water. We have to go ourselves. And he just talked about, again, how we need a revival in our hearts. We need to fuel ourselves so much during the week. We can't wait for Sunday to arrive. We have to fuel ourselves Monday through Saturday, all the week, with prayer and praise, having old-fashioned prayer meetings in people's homes, not just in the church, but in people's homes, and fueling ourselves during the week, that we don't have to be fired up when we get to church on Sunday. We don't have to have the music minister saying, get up on your feet, worship God. We come in the doors doing that already. We're already fired up about God. We come in fired up and ready to go. And another thing he talked about was that the power the disciples had to pray for people. You know, that's part of the Great Commission, is for us to go and preach the gospel to the world. And it's our job to lay hands on the sick and see them recover. It's not just pastors and preachers' jobs. You know, yes, they are called to do that. Some of us are not called to do that, but it is our job. We have that same power that Jesus had to lay hands on the sick. The same power that he allowed the disciples to have to lay hands on the sick and see them recover. It's about all of us. He gave that commission to all of us, not just preachers. So it is our job to take the gospel, to lay hands on the sick, to see people healed through the power of God, and to see them recover. Another story from the Bible that he referenced was who we call blind Bartimaeus. And that is found in Mark 10:46 through 52. And he talked about how Bartimaeus was on the road and Jesus and the crowd was passing by. And Jesus asked him what he needed from him. What did he want him to do for him? And he said, I want to see. I want my sight. And he was loud. He had strong faith, and he was loud, calling out to Jesus, and the crowd tried to silence him. And Josh just talked about how it's time that we get loud for God. You know, people come into church, you know, being loud and doing stuff, and we don't need to silence them. We all need to be loud. We need to do whatever it takes to reach him, just like the woman with the issue of blood that just wanted to touch the hem of his garment. That's all she needed to do to be healed. So we have to be that desperate. We have to do whatever it takes to reach him. How desperate are we to get the attention of Jesus? The story of Jairus, however you want to say it, who had the daughter that was dying. You know, he was there with his daughter, but he left what he loved the most, which was his daughter, to go and find the one that could help him. And that's what I took away from the sermon tonight. The things that I got out of it and some of the things that he preached about, and it just touched me. How desperate are we to reach Jesus ourselves? So anyway, I'm not a preacher, I'm not a speaker, I'm not a teacher, but that's all I can do is share what I got out of it, and that's just totally out of my comfort zone. But anyway, you know, ask yourself that question. How desperate are you to reach Jesus? And again, if you don't know Jesus, if you've never been introduced to Jesus, please comment below. Let me know. I can help you find him. And if you do know him, just be desperate. Be desperate enough to reach him. Don't wait for Sunday. Don't wait for Wednesday night. Don't wait for the church doors to open. Yes, we all need to be in church every Sunday, every time we can. Church is so very important. It's important to us for us to gather with fellow believers. But we can reach Jesus anywhere, anytime, any place. So I hope you know him today, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.